Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 0.32%. So Apple another brand new all-time high. Now, if you look at my screen and you'll see that play in this video, I took some Apple puts right here exactly at 260, and then we got a bit of a drop here, and then we got out for a nice juicy profit, and this thing came right back up. So Apple here, yes, we got up to 260, and looks like it's finding some strong resistance right here. A lot of sellers are waiting at 260. If this thing can clear 260, then watch out for possibly more upside, and that could be 265. To the downside, 260 gives up. We're nowhere near 5-day moving average right here, 255. So yes, this thing can drop down to 255, and from there it can go much lower, possibly down to 250, 247.49, 20-day moving average. On Amazon, stock is down 0.87%. So a lot of people are getting really bullish on Amazon, but you got to know that we got a bunch of gaps down here, and the run might be over here. We got nothing going on right now. Christmas is over soon. New Year is gonna be over, and then what? Trump taking the office. That's the only catalyst. And it could be where, it's going to be a sell the news event. And that is why it's really risky to play calls at this point until we get a clear view of the market where things are going into 2025. Because yes, we got this mini pullback here, but it's not a significant correction, nothing. It was a 1 day thing, and then again V shape started right here on Amazon and pretty much all over the market. So it's an interesting point right here that we're seeing this bounce, but is it actually sustainable? Can we go higher, possibly up to a brand new all-time high? We don't know, and we don't know how things are going to play out when Trump actually takes that office. Because what I see, what's happening right now before this man goes back into the office, there is a lot of traps are happening to just like when we got hit with COVID, right? So, things are not looking good. At least, I mean, yes, he won. That part is good, but things are not looking good as Trump makes, his comeback to the office. And that is why I think we should just take a back seat and just pause a little bit and see where things are. And right now, I'm more focused in like day trades, not into a lot of swings, unless I'm buying something like UNH, that's a good dip. Something like Adobe, that's a good dip. Maybe even something like a mortgage company like RKT, bunch of other names like that. But I'm not gonna go and buy Amazon here. There is no entry right here on Amazon. So Amazon right now, if you look at my screen, it's basically holding 13-day moving average 227. If we can clear 230, then there is a bit more upside. Maybe we come up and retest 233 up to even 238. That could be another brand new all-time high. Now it's still right here at 227. If that gives up, this thing can drop down to 222.77. So I would say 223, 20-day moving average. And we got that bounce off of this 20-day before. Now imagine if that breaks at some point, you're going to see a drop easily down to 216, and then this gap comes into play at 214. So careful what are you doing here in this market, especially the way things are going and going into next year. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X. Is totally free. And here's some fantastic plays from today. Apple puts 250 at 260. We got a $3 move to the downside. It was a fantastic play right here. Took profit and got out. IWM calls. We picked up near the lows. 220 strike, and this thing went to the moon. So all these plays, and these are only daily trade ideas, just day trade. If you want to get swing trade and more trade ideas, and you are serious about trading, then definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. On AMD, it's down near 1%. So AMD was up and then came back and now holding. If you look at my screen, 125 is holding here on AMD, but it's not looking too happy. I would like to see AMD over 131 over this white line 20-day moving average. That would be more bullish for possibly a move up to 138 to close this gap at 137.40. Now, AMD cannot hold 125, then watch out for the support 122, 118, and then down to even 115, and that is where lower Bollinger Band is sitting, and we got that bounce off of that Bollinger Band. We got this hammer type candle. So yes, it's a reversal, but we need more confirmation, and that would be going over and holding 20-day moving average right here near 131. On Meta, it's down 0.72%. So Meta was down to 598. You can see off of this 5-day moving average, a dip was bought up and now it's trading at 603, just over this critical support right here, 598. So 598, we have 5-day moving average and this trend line here. So that should act as a support. But in the event where we get a pullback and this thing breaks under 598, that should bring Meta down to 586, and you can see this is actually a lower high. So it's not looking too bullish here to go and chase anything here on Meta. Unless this thing breaks over 615-ish, then you might see a move back up to all-time highs. Other than that, Meta again getting a rejection at 607, not quite getting there. Got the rejection, came back, and now holding right here just over 598. So your line in the sand, 598 to 600 underneath that level, absolutely blood right here on Meta. It can come down to 586 and then 572, and it can go much, much lower from there unless we get that breakout this week. Well, we have only one day left, so maybe just consolidation here, and that can actually turn into a bear flag, right here on Meta. So nothing we got here as a confirmation whether Meta breaking out to the upside, going back up to all-time highs, or possibly pulling back and taking out this low down here. And if that's out, we might be making a new low, and that should be at least coming down and touching lower Bollinger Band down here at 572. On Tesla stock is down 1.76%. So we talked about it in my last video that Tesla, as long as it's over previous all-time high, which is like 411, it's bullish and possibly can come back up and retest 450 and maybe even can hit 500. And you can see so far it's holding and just consolidating. We got a green day and now a red day today here on Tesla. So what is next? Well, I would say the same thing that this thing can come down a lot, but also keep that in mind, as long as we're over 411 to 408, 20-day moving average, and then I would say even 400, still bullish. As long as it's over 400 to 408 to 411, previous all-time highs, it's bullish and it can make a move back up to possibly another all-time high or maybe even 500, a brand new all-time high. Now, on an event where we get a pullback, there will be support now right here at 456. Underneath that level, 440, or I would say 441, 5-day moving average. And then we have this gap from the other day, 434.51. Gap fill reversal can act as a support also on a pullback. Now, if this thing gets under that level, then you're going to see a flush down to 411, 408, and then 400. To the upside, if this thing can clear and hold, I would say right here, 463-ish, then watch out for a big move all the way up to possibly a brand new all-time high, and that could be 496 to 500. So Netflix also going down 0.86%. So we got that breakout and now it's holding over these moving averages right here. So that is a critical level right here, guys. 917 to 916 right here, these moving averages. As long as Netflix is over that, we might see a move back up to 936, and over that, maybe even come up and retest previous all-time highs just under 942. Now, in the event where we get a pullback and this thing gets under 917 to 916 and also takes out 904, in that case we might be pulling back all the way down to 880 right here on Netflix. On Microsoft is down slightly 0.28%, and now it's holding over this 5-day moving average 437.26. So that is going to be your line in the sand for tomorrow. Underneath that level, there is support at 432 and then 428. To the upside, if this thing gets over right here, I would say 440 over this 20-day moving average, then watch out for the next resistance at 443. And if we can clear all that here on Microsoft, then watch out. This thing might be making a move back up to 451 again. On Google, stock is down 0.24%. So a lot of people, especially retail traders, investors like us, people that work 9 to 5, and this is their side, hustle right here. They think they're just gonna come into the market and just buy something because they need $200 on that day and they just gonna make it. It's not simple as you think, especially right now. Who's not trading? These big money, big traders, whales, they're not trading. They don't work 9 to 5, guys. They're not us. They're all on a vacation. They can afford 2 weeks vacation. Nobody will be back until next year. So if you're expecting a big move, it's not going to happen right away unless there is some really bad news or good news. In that case, algos will react and you're going to see a pump or a dump. But usually you're going to see a lot of chop. And it's not really simple and easy where you go in and make money because uh, these big money, big traders, whales are not trading. And the market is set up pretty much on autopilot. It just all goes trading back and forth. And that's why you're seeing a lot of chop. What do we got here? Doji. Look at the volume, nothing. Look at the volume here, huge, right? So, that's how it's gonna be until next year. So it's better to just take a back seat and just pause right now and maybe take small trades and just, do the best you can because you can't do much unless there is a big move and you get a direction in the market. And I think that direction, we will see that's gonna be next year. So here on Google, 196, your line in the sand. Over that, this thing can move up to 200 and possibly even 202.88 and then 207. That's going to be a brand new all-time high. Underneath 196, there is support at 194, 192.62, and if all that gives up, 186 and then 184. On Nvidia stock, it's absolutely flat on the day. So back to back, we got two doji type candles, and now it's over 136. So that's all matters right here. It's on a breakout over 136. As long as it's over 136 and we can get the breakout over 140, it should move up to 144 and then 150 up to even 153ish right here to retest previous all-time highs. To the downside, your key line in the sand 136. That gives up. This is gonna be a fake breakout and then you'll see a dump off down to 130, 126, and then 118. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely keep you guys updated